Hi everybody, welcome. It's Scarlet Pete's Self-Sufficiency and welcome back to my knitting machine series. This one today I'm going to show you how to create a 2x1 mock rib welt. So a 2x1 rib. So that means we cast on, I'm just going to do it with a cast on comb, but I've put every third needle back all the way along and I've done one row across. The next thing I'm going to do is going to be put a cast on comb on. Just like that. When I use a cast on comb, it's quite handy to hook up the end here onto the little clip that's on the side, just in case you wondered what that clip was. Holds it nicely. And then I'm going to hold it at a slight angle, pushing down a little bit, and go across with my carriage. And I'm going to use tension dial 7. There we have 5 rows of waste yarn, which in a pattern is denoted as WY in capitals. Waste yarn, and tension dial TD 7. Now I'm going to break the waste yarn and I'm going to knit with my main colour, which this time is going to be a nice blue. The blue's threaded up, and also I clip that onto the comb there. This one can go on as well if I wanted, so we'll just clip that on, just like that. Just keeps it all smart and tidy. You can hold it with your thumb as you knit, or you can put a weight on. There's my weight. I'm going to do tension dial 3, TD3. We'll put the row counter, which is denoted as RC in a pattern, to 0. And I'm going to knit a small welt. So I'm going to do, let's say, how many rows is that? 2, 4, 6. I'm going to do 10 rows, tension dial 3, 1 row at tension dial 8 as the folding row, then another 10 rows at tension dial 3. So join me back when I've done that. The row counter, RC, is at 21 because we've done 20 rows of knitting. 10 rows TD3, 1 row TD8, 10 rows TD3. So that fat row there in the middle, the holy row, that will be a nice folding row. Now this is a different method here to with the 1x1. We're not going to do it quite the same way. We're going to pick it up now. And to pick it up, oops, that pause didn't work, so sorry, you got a wobbly shot. What I'm going to use is my single transfer tool. We're going to take the weight and we're going to take the comb off and we're going to unclip it. So we have a mixture now of short threads in blue and fat long threads in blue. So we're going to pick up the first short one and put it onto our second needle, just like that. And then we're going to pick up the long dash of a thread. And I like to go under the dash that's on the machine here as well and pick it up, putting the 2 onto that needle. We're going to pull out the first one just so it looks tidy, because I'm like that. So, can you see what's next? We've got a thin one and we've got a dash. So we know, oops, I've dropped my tool. We know that the long dash, where is it? There, goes. We need to pick up the thread under, and that's going to go on the empty needle. So we've pulled that forward. So that leaves us one small one of blue, and what we do, we put that right next door. So that's going to go onto the needle next to the one we've just picked up. Can you see? Now the next one, so it's basically after the long dash, which is this one, we're going to leave one needle out of work that we're not going to put anything on. We're going to pick up the small one, put that on there, pick up the long one, put it on the hole. Leave one, pick up and put on the first one, then put up the dash on that one. And if you like to, pick up the dash underneath of the thread and put that up as well. I'll go along and do that along the whole row now for you to see. And at the end we've got our last thread, last stitch, which is going to go onto the end needle, just like that. And that's it. Now, you can leave it like that, but what I often do when I've got needles in and out like that, I'll actually bring these ones forward, so it all just knits nicely, and there's no chance of the machine being annoyed with me and doing something silly. The hem is now picked up, and that loose row was the folding row, and now we just need to undo the waste yarn. Now, you could have used a ravel cord if you'd wanted, but there's not really any need, or if you use a cast-on comb, because the cast-on comb will always leave a raw edge that will come undone. Now we need to put it onto TD, tension, 7 or 8. What should we do? We'll do it on an 8. And I'll knit a few rows. There we go, I've done 7 rows. And there you can see a lovely little welt. What I'm going to do now is put that onto waste yarn and show you how it looks on the finish here, because I've got other ideas for the next video with this bit of knitting. So one moment while I put it onto waste yarn. And there we have a lovely 2x1, that means 2 knitted stitches and 1 slipped stitch welt with a nice sharp crisp folding line on that loose row. I hope that really helps you. I think you can see with this one, I could have gone a lot tighter with my welt tension dial, because that was done on a tension 3, and it would be nice if I could have got it a bit tighter. You would need to add extra weights, and definitely a weight for doing that, and you'd need to see that the machine's happy with going tighter with this thickness of yarn, but you can experiment before you do the main jumper yourselves. So I'm going to now shoot another video in a moment on, let's see, making pockets, and this is going to star in that. So take care everybody, please like, subscribe and share, and give us a comment so I know you're there. See you soon, bye bye.